Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vish, and today we're going to be doing my January TBR. Cannot believe it's 2021 already. Year has gone by so freaking fast, and cannot believe it's January and I'm making my January TBR. First things first, I'm going to mention the book I'm reading because it's like 31st December. Tomorrow's going to be January. Happy New Year, by the way. So I'm reading a book that's definitely going to carry into January, and that book is Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. I am on page 70. Not very far into it. I am definitely enjoying it. I really am. I like the process of trying to find out about the world through the glossary, so I've been flipping back and forth, as you can see with the tab here. Just trying to find out who's who, what the world is about, who are the gods. Very, very interesting, and I'm enjoying my time with this. And I do have the second book with me just in case I finish this and I really want the second book. I have it. Okay, so that's what I'm currently reading that's going to be carried out into January. That was a random pickup, by the way. Like, I did not plan on picking up The Ruin of Kings. I just had a strong urge to read it, and I'm reading it. If you haven't seen my channel and reading goals, I'll link it up above and down below for you to check out. In there, I just mentioned mood reading. I want to mood read more. In there, I also mentioned scrapping Bet on my TBR because I'm trying to bring something new into the channel just because I don't want to have too many books to be put on my TBR. So I'm replacing Bet on my TBR, which hopefully will be a channel buddy read. So with a channel buddy read, we're all going to pick a book and read it together and do a live stream at the end. Also, let me know what you guys think. I already said it in my channel reading goals, and hopefully the feedback is good because I'm filming this at the same time. It's a whole thing. All right, so that takes care of everything. Let's get into the books that I have to read in January because I'm, again, trying to mood read, so I'm only putting half to reads on my TBR, and then the rest is just all up in the air. So the first book that I'm going to mention is The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. So, very exciting news. This is the January pick for Shelf Space, and I am the co-host for January, and I want to thank Jessie for letting me co-host with you. It's so cool. I cannot wait to read this and do a live show with Jessie and have everyone just telling me their thoughts about this. It's gonna be so cool. I'm also low-key very, very nervous. But anyway, I actually have read Robert Jackson Bennett's Foundryside and Shorefall, thoroughly enjoyed it. So I thought we should see how he did with his older series. So it's a trilogy, and City of Stairs being the first one. So all I know about this book is that this city was ruled by the gods and then they were killed, and then come to present day, people are starting to realize, are they actually dead or are they actually alive? That's all I'm getting from this. I try to go into my books blind, hence why vague synopsis for my TBRs, but definitely in my wrap-up, I will definitely give a coherent synopsis for this, but all I know is to do with gods, and I love gods and magic in my fantasies. It's going to be great. Also, it's relatively short for a fantasy. I think it's like 450 pages. So, very excited to get to this. The next book is Poison Study by Mariah V. Snyder. I am so freaking excited to dive back into this world. I love the Poison Study series, and I am so excited to buddy read this with Abby. I'll link her channel down below for you to check out, and Sam, and both of them are from the Shelf Space Discord, and we decided to reread Poison Study. I've read all 9 of the books, but I think Abby and Sam has only read the first 3. So I convinced them to read all 9 of them with me because I wanted to reread them. So I'm very, very excited to get back into this world. So in Poison Study, we follow Yelena, who is waiting to be executed, and while she's waiting, she actually gets an offer from Valak, who is head of security for the Commando, and he offers her, instead of being executed, she is the poison tester for the commander, and she can't really escape because Valak is feeding her poison, and she has to come to him every day to get the antidote, and if she doesn't, she dies. So Yelena is in a very tough space. Also, what's bothering her is that she's discovering that she has powers, and Ixia is a land where magic is banned. And for the rest of the series, it's actually very, very different from the first book. It expands a whole lot more into the magic and the world, which is fascinating. So I cannot wait to get to this first book. So the next book I'm going to talk about is chosen from the winner of my December Bet My TBR, who is Victoria from A Musical Bookworm. If you haven't checked her out, go check her out. She is amazing. So she guessed 11 books and I read 10 books, which is very close. So the book she picked is also the book she's going to read in January. So coincidentally, we're going to be buddy reading this together and I'm so excited. I've never buddy read a book with her before. Buddy reading is such a unique and just really nice experience because you get to know someone. If it's going good, you both love a book and you get to gush about the book. It's just a whole different experience and I love it. So I'm very excited to buddy read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager with Victoria. This book has been on several TBRs and I'm really glad that Victoria chose this because now I actually can read this. So in Home Before Dark, we follow Maggie, whose father just recently passed away, and he wrote a book about her childhood home that was haunted. She doesn't remember anything about it, so she doesn't believe her dad. So when her dad dies, he leaves that house to her. So she has to go to that home or revisit it and shit starts to happen. I love a haunted house story, and also I know there's a trope of is it paranormal, is it not paranormal in this book, and I love that trope. So, very excited to get to this and also buddy read with Victoria. So, the next 3 books I have to read are actually arcs from NetGalley. So, the first one that I'm going to be reading just because it's going to be released at the end of January is Secrets of the Star-Crossed by Clara O'Connor. This book is coming out on the 21st of January, so need to be read by then. So, from what I gathered from this book is there is Roman mythology, there is an Arthurian retelling, and there's also Celtic mythology. So, I love me some mythology, especially an Arthurian retelling, hence why I requested this. But let me just read you the Goodreads synopsis, just so you know what is happening. So, in a world where the Roman Empire never fell, 2 star-crossed lovers fight to ignite the spark of rebellion. Londinium, the last stronghold of the Romans left in Britannia, remains in a delicate state of peace with the ancient kingdoms that surrounds it. As the only daughter of a powerful merchant, Cassandra is betrothed to Marcus, the most eligible bachelor in the city. But then she meets Devon, the boy with the strange midnight eyes searching for a girl with magic in her blood. We love a tortured, brooded boy with dark eyes. A boy who will make her believe in soulmates. When a mysterious sickness starts to leech the life from citizens with Celtic power lying dormant in their veins, the Imperial Council sets their schemes in motion. And so, Cassandra must make a choice. The code or chaos, science or sorcery, Marcus or Devon. Panem meets Grishaverse in this new explosive YA trilogy perfect for the readers of Murray, Lou, Bella Forrest, and Cassandra Clare. It sounds really, really good. It's a YA with a love triangle. I'm not a huge fan of love triangles just because I know who the main character is going to end up with because it's so obvious, but we'll see what happens with this. I'm more interested about the magic in the world, so hopefully I like it. The next arc I have to read is In Love with Pajamas by Katana Chetwynd. Yeah. So in November, actually, I read the other comic, which is Snug, and I absolutely love that comic. It was so adorable. And when I saw this on NetGalley, I just couldn't resist. I needed to read it. And this one comes out on the 2nd of February, just in time for Valentine's Day. The next arc that I have to read is Daughter of the Salt King by A.S. Thornton. This is a adult fantasy. From what I'm gathering from the synopsis is that there's this girl called Emil, and she has been, I guess, bossed around by her dad, and one day she just said no more and she's going to go start a rebellion of her own. And while she is going on with this rebellion, she meets this genie called Salim. And with a genie, wishes can be very tricky. And also she finds out that she has feelings for Salim. So she has to decide if her freedom is worth the loss of her family, her freedom, and also the love of Salim. So it's very, very interesting, and the part that caught my eye was the whole genie aspect and also the strong main character with a rebellion up her sleeve. Definitely very, very intrigued, and I can't wait to see what I think about this. I've seen good reviews so far by other reviewers that got this arc early, so we'll see what happens, shall we? So, that is all the books that I actually have to read, and I'm just gonna throw up a book that hopefully I can actually get to this month. We'll see what happens. And that is Gardens of the Moon by Steven Erikson. I love that old fantasy cover. It's just classic. So this was actually supposed to be on my have to read TBR, but I think there's a lot of books on there, so I put this as a maybe, because this is a channel read along from Mike's Book Reviews. He's doing a, I think, 2-year read along for the Malazan series, and the first book, Gardens of the Moon, we're reading it in January, so hopefully I can get to it. If not, I can just read it next month. Whatever, it's fine. It's not a strict kind of thing. I can just do it on my own. So I don't know anything about Gardens of the Moon or just Malazan in general. I just know it's an epic fantasy series and also a classic fantasy series. So I can't wait to see what all the hype is about and what everyone talks about the Malazan series. So we'll see if I can get to this. And that is all the books that I hope to get in January, which is a lot, I think, just because I'm trying to be realistic on how many books I can read a month, especially because uni's going to be starting soon. Just, I think, end of February, beginning of March is when uni starts. So I'm trying to be realistic on how many books I can put on my TBR, but I think I've done well in January. Just because I have 3 arcs, that's probably why it seems like a lot. But in other months, I don't have any other arcs, so it should be fine. So let me know what books you'll be reading in January. Are any of these books that I just mentioned are in your January TBR? Also, don't forget to let me know what you think about the channel Buddy Reads. I would love to do that. So, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!